everybody, and welcome back to Age of Titans. I know it's been a while, so let us catch ourselves up on what's been going on. Our party of brave adventurers traveled to the far north, to the Titan Zigzekel, to request the aid of the few remaining dragons. Upon landing, they found a temple of sorts, home to 5 priests, essentially, or acolytes of the 5 remaining chromatic dragon adults.
Hellhound_Havoc has held off the CPC for 46 months. Wee woo.
God damn it. Always during the explanation,
the CPC for 46
hold
months.
myself together. Thank you guys for the resubs. Our party then discovered Tiamat, the 5-headed dragon queen, risen from the hells to help repopulate the dragon species. She promised her aid in the party's final fight if they would both get the approval of and ensure Tiamat's own confidence in her 5 mates. 6, actually. So that she would feel comfortable leaving the hatchlings in their care while she left. 4 out of 6 the party have visited. Longclaw, the white dragon, had a problem with egg hunters, killing his young before they were even given a chance to fight back. Zundras the Forge Master. The party proved their skill in aiding in his craft. Kaziran el Colbeo, the tricksy green dragon, was offered divine knowledge. And on Braxikar of Tarnished Silver, well, he's just happy to see his son returned. 2 dragons remain. Zolzri, end of beginnings and beginning of ends, and Pharaoh Pithgor, 14th of his name. We return to our party at the Temple of the Dragon Blessed at the core of the Zigzekel after returning from their meeting with Kaziran el Colbeo. The 5 of you, let me grab Damon's token. The 5 of you all converge on the temple. Damon coming back from a short sabbatical on the ship. And the world is yours.
Hello, Captain.
Hello.
How are you feeling?
I'm fine. Why?
You just spent a while on the ship is all.
I'm okay.
Alright, so while you were gone, we handled a few more of the dragons. Got their favor. We are down to the last two now. We still need to see the black dragon and the blue dragon.
Alright. Well done.
The blue dragon seems more of a problem of succession, but the black dragon seems more of. Well, from what the green dragon said, more of a philosophical problem?
Hey, what?
From, like, from what I
I
remember, he
okay, I
they
understand the brief summary, but I'm gonna need more details to understand what either of those are supposed to mean.
apparently were going to get asked morally conflicting questions.
Okay.
The other dragons have been kind of elusive about the subject.
We might as well get that one over with and see what it wants. If the last
Alright.
one is more predictable, it might be a bit easier.
Okay. Alright. Well then, let's not waste time.
Did we know where we needed to go to find the black dragon? You said it was pronounced Zolzri? Is that it?
Zolzri, yes.
Zolzri.
You don't know exactly. There's a Jesus. Hold on. Pardon me 1 second. Something stuck in my throat. There's several tunnels off of this main cavern, but the Black Acolyte is also nearby and can point you in the right direction.
Yeah, probably stop by the Acolyte, ask for directions, and then head over there.
Yeah, you find her sitting and meditating before the big tree in the courtyard, and she just kind of points to one of the tunnels.
All right. I guess it's that one.
Oh, did I not set that to loop? God damn it. That's not what I wanted. As the five of you head down this cavern, similar to the pathway to Kazuran a Kobeo, the path eventually turns from ice to greenery. Although, unlike the swamp-like moss and lichen and rather dank smell of Kazuran's little pockets, this is more like like a forest. Soft grass and leaves crunch under your feet, and as the ice walls change to rock, massive roots seem to burst through the rock at places, twisting and searching for what nutrients they can find. Softly glowing mushrooms light the path. And at the end, you find yourselves in a grove.
Mm.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Sitting before you is two semicircles of infant and young black dragons. Sitting and facing what is unmistakably their father. All eyes closed and softly breathing.
I guess Walko will start walking up, but yeah, he'd probably make like just enough noise, not to be like, loud and obnoxious, but enough to be like, oh, somebody's there.
Yeah, absolutely. As you approach, none open their eyes, but you hear a low, rumbling voice. Welcome. What brings you to our grove, noble traveler?
We're the party sent here by Tiamat to gain your support. I'm sure you've heard of this message already.
I have. Do not fear approaching you for I feel your power. If you wished it, you could kill me and all my children and leave here almost unscathed.
That seems counterproductive.
I assure you, we have no intentions of hurting you or your kin.
Intent is a funny thing, but approach. I wish to speak to all of you equally.
Don't stupid. Please. Yes.
Fellas, move your tokens.
That's right. That's...
Kalla going.
What if you want my approval and the Dragon Queen's assistance? I have questions. Will you answer them?
Yes.
Yes.
Ask away.
Why do you fight this fight?
Because somebody has to. Because if nothing is done, then Croc may stop at nothing to consume everything. And, we're kind of part of everything, so
Power begets responsibility.
Are you asking us each individually?
If you all share an opinion, that is acceptable. If you did not stop the hunger god, the world would not end.
hunger-
I and my forebears have meditated on the nature of the endless cycle for eons. It is true. Life, such as you and I, would end. But the world would recover eventually. What?
I have only seen one cataclysm in my lifetime. I mean not to see another one.
Do you know what the endless cycle I refer to is?
I could make an educated guess, but I haven't formally been taught of it.
We live, we die. Life always continues in some way. Creatures grow more powerful. Death becomes harder, life becomes harder, and creatures become more powerful. Suffering becomes more advanced. Why continue? Why work to maintain the endless cycle if in doing so you continue to maintain suffering? If we allowed the cycle to end, suffering, pain, torment, all the woes of the world would end. Is it our right to allow this? Come back to me with an answer to this question.
No, it
Meditate
is
on
not.
its meaning.
Because the only the posing of your question assumes that the only thing in the world that exists is suffering and pain and torment. But that's not the case. There's happiness and love and joy and creativity and beauty in this world to be found. And to let that just end because it also comes with the cost of suffering and pain. That's why it's worth preserving. Because it does come at a cost. But the beauty and love and joy and happiness in the world isn't nothing. It's worth protecting.
There's also no guarantee that once the cycle stops, there is no guarantee that something worse could come up. I've heard promises like that before, and the person who made those promises, their version of no pain, no suffering was twisted into its own version of suffering. There's no guarantee.
Not to mention, now, we can find across history many sources of cataclysms and suffering greater than what we endured nowadays. And that is the thing. Through enduring, we have kept evolving and creating more and more advancements for both humanity and life itself. In all
Shaper
all of the
Gossamer has held
things
off the
that you
CPC
can
for 35
experience
months.
as a living being. Nihility is inevitable, yes, but it also gets rid of the future if you embrace it completely. And what worth is there in abandoning the future, a chance to see the tomorrow, see what it offers, to see what the world may bring to you. It may be suffering, but it may also be greatness. It's all in the name of hope.
Expressions can be hard to discern on a dragon, but you can almost see the slightest smile creep onto his face. Well educated and thought through answers. My children could learn a lot from you. And they will. You all are to meditate on what our visitors have just said. And only when you understand the deeper meanings and implications will your meditation be complete. Slowly, he stands and walks towards you all. It is easy to give up, to lay down and accept that the cycle will end and continue without our intervention. I am pleased that you would not fall so easily. And I am grateful for your assistance in educating my brood. I offer a boon if you would have it.
We would love to accept your boon.
He raises up a massive clawed hand and very gently touches each of you on the forehead.
Whoa.
A small mark appears. You all, I offer you protection from the cycle once. You are now under the effects of the Death Ward spell.
Ooh.
It will last until utilized.
Oh.
Ooh.
Huh.
Trying to find
And
out. Here we are.
I know one of you is missing. Take this and give it to her. And he drops a black dragon scale on the ground before you.
Volko will pick it up.
If Tiamat will know you have my approval and my thanks. If you ever wish, as he begins to walk back towards his spot, which you can see is fairly sunk into the ground, as though, like, similar to a path that is walked every day, he has laid in this exact spot so long. You are always welcome in our grove. If you wish peace and tranquility for a short period.
Thank you.
We appreciate the offer.
And thank you for your support.
You'll not be forgotten.
Shall we go? Or did any of you want to linger here longer?
Gustam like standing there fiddling to himself. Oh,
The air in here is almost a perfect temperature, and underfoot the ground is soft and just a teeny bit spongy. You feel like if you were to rest here, it would probably be one of the most comfortable rests you've had in a long time. Excluding the beanbag chair.
memories.
That wasn't like a, hey, you guys should do this, just like a, oh, hey, I forgot to describe this.
Mm-hmm. What do we say? Do we recline for a bit or head straight to the blue dragon? kind of like elbows Volko when he's saying this, but we gotta.
Jax, could you speak a little bit louder? It's really hard to hear you.
Oh, sorry.
You're good. I'm just letting you know.
But yeah, no, fucking Akko kind of like elbows Valko when saying the blue dragon bit. And just goes, maybe a little bit of family reunion in a bit.
I have no relation to the dragons here.
I was about to ask.
Whoa,
They also don't seem to have the same behavioral traits as the ones back where I'm from. Otherwise, the red dragon likely would have given us a lot more trouble.
It is true that you are more cat-coded than the other dragons.
What?
Nothing.
A deep, resounding chuckle. Do not get the wrong impression. Near extinction has changed many of my kin. We cannot afford to fight every adventurer that shows up at our caves.
It
Our
makes sense
wife
with how.
would scold us.
Well, I am probably going to head back. If any of you want to stay, I don't mind waiting and doing some prep while I wait for you.
I'll come back with you.
I as well. I have no business here.
Yeah.
So everybody's heading back then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alrighty. Are you heading back to the temple, or do you just want to head straight on to Pithgore?
That's a good question.
Do we want to catch Damon up to speed on Cheryl? Because I know I just told Angel, but no one really told Damon about Cheryl's situation.
We probably should.
Yeah.
So maybe back to the base for now. Talk a little bit and then head out.
There it is.
But yeah, as you walk back, Fukar probably look towards the. Hold on, I found the. I'm just going to just reply to this, but don't ping it. Like. Minding myself. Written name. Just applying to the list of names so I know so I know who's who. Alright. White, red. Yeah. I'm back. Yeah, while walking back to the car, we'll finally actually say something because he didn't really talk much at all to that entire encounter. Other because he probably would just have been like just repeating what's already been said. We'll pipe up to Valko. Hey, Valko, should we take Damon to Umbractagar's place and let him in on what's happening with Cheryl? Nothing bad. Nothing bad.
Probably.
It's a show. Just a change.
Broxigar's place?
No, Umbractagar. I've replied. If you look in our character chat, I've replied to the list of written names. It's the one at the top. Umbractagar,
Oh.
the silver dragon.
Was on the all along.
Broxigar, a name I haven't heard in a long time.
No.
I haven't heard of Roctigar since the summer of 1907.
Oh,
What
A
lovely
name I haven't heard.
slaughter we had. Those were the days.
yeah. Yeah, it couldn't hurt to say hello to Cheryl one more time.
Alright.
So
Yes, sure.
Cheryl had a conversation with Tiamat, with Legend as well, and she has decided that she wants to stay on the Zigzackle and become the acolyte of the Silver Dragon.
Yeah.
Do you remember that shadowy dragon we met the night they tried to poison us?
Yes.
So they are the Silver Dragon here, one of Tiamat's husbands. And they currently have no acolyte, and Cheryl has volunteered.
He's also, I guess by association, Legend's father.
That too.
The Silver Dragon is Legend's father.
Most likely.
Supposedly, like maybe.
They're the only
Was
other
that,
shadow
was,
dragon
that,
around.
was that ever explicitly stated by him when we interacted with him?
Yes.
Okay.
He stated that when he was tossed into the Shadowfell, he had a Legend's Egg with him, and so they were both turned into shadow dragons at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's his son, but on a technicality, in a way.
Well, it is
Yeah.
his son. He is incapable of really having another child now that he is a shadow dragon. So
Okay,
Legend was
okay.
supposed to be a silver dragon.
Okay.
She seemed fairly sure in her decision, and I don't think any of us are going to stop her.
Mm-mm. To be fair, either her and Legend are like safer here than traveling around with us.
Especially where we're going.
But this place could provide a lot more for Legend than we ever could.
Yeah. I suppose so.
I think she was worried that we were gonna forbade her from doing such a thing.
None of you are my real dad anyway.
Damon clutches heart, falls to the ground, sobbing.
You're not my real dad.
Fucking flashbacks to a year ago.
Did you want to speak to her at all, Damon?
I'd like to say goodbye to her before we leave, but I can't think of anything else. If she's sure of her decision, then I don't know that I have anything else to say to her other than just a goodbye when we leave her.
Could throw her some sort of farewell party. She
We
has
could
been
bake a
with us
cake
for
for
quite
her.
some time.
Your house.
You're not baking any cakes.
A party? Green pokes her head out of the kitchen.
What do you? The last one turned out good.
No,
I burned down
no.
Abeline's kitchen.
Oh, don't worry. I'll make the cake this time. And she pokes back into the kitchen.
No poison.
You're no fun.
We're gonna have to make sure Evelyn's safe for this. I don't. She sadly messed up. I think she's still drunk from the time we invaded her kitchen.
Well, she also drank poison then, too.
Yeah. I did promise I would never burn up that way. again.
She seemed really upset about the footprints you left in the kitchen.
Hindsight is 2020, okay?
I'm more afraid what happened when she finds out you nearly burned down her stove.
And she will never know.
Oh no, she'll know.
Faint rumbling noise from outside.
Because you,
grabs
Akko,
Lucar's through the shoulders. She will never know.
Akko, you're the only one that you, other than Cheryl, you're the only one who knows any fire-based spell.
Okay, but consider, it was a damn good cake we made.
Yeah.
Volko's got a look on his face that's just that very blatantly is like, no, it wasn't.
Akko, I have a feeling she's gonna know with you one way or another. Like, not even if I rat you out, it's just...
She's got that sixth
How
sense, you know?
do I put this delicately? You're shit at lying.
Okay.
Akko left like those like flower handprints, but like scorch marks.
For real.
There's just
Like
a line
one
of
black
like footprints
palm
going to Akko's room. She'll never know.
I mean, no one else leaves paw prints.
Yeah, no, right.
Oh god.
You're the only one who-
when the time comes.
You're the only one who got toe bean.
Akko with the toe bean boots.
Somewhere in another universe where Akko is a human character, but he wears toe bean boots.
He's got the furry shoes, god damn it.
And also the cat paw socks underneath.
Not beating the furry allegations, I see.
Never.
Allegations, these are confirmations.
There is witnesses. Anyway.
You assigned me a furry, you're in too deep.
No matter the universe, you being a furry is just a universal constant. It's an anchor
Hey,
point.
no. Ernest was not a furry.
A changeling is like the backup, like, okay, I'm not gonna play a furry, what do I play? A changeling. Every trans person and furry plays a changeling at some point.
Drex. You say I'm not all furry. I play a changeling once. It's like saying not all my Pokemon donuts are furries. I also chose a Ditto.
Alright, I think we've bullied Drex enough. Let's keep going.
Good bit, everybody.
To the blue dragon. Fuck off.
We love Drex. we love Drex here. Okay.
It's not our fault that Drex is so fun to bully.
Go into those exegol waters. Let's go there.
Alright, everyone's character. We zoom back into everybody's character.
So blue dragon, right?
Nobody needs to rest or do anything first.
Nope.
We didn't really do
easy.
We didn't really do anything that really warranted resting.
I'm exhausted. I need a nap.
That's fair.
Alright.
I'm kidding.
I'll let you know if you want.
Everyone just accepted it.
I mean, yeah, you literally died once. I wouldn't be amazed if we need him that more often.
Death is exhausting.
Yeah, besides, he's like
Damon.
the second oldest one in the group, you know, sometimes you need a nap.
Damon says, yeah, I'm exhausted. I need a nap. Aku like, yeah, you look like death.
What the hell?
Alright,
yeah,
before we
like,
pivot into the bully Damon for 10 minutes thing, let's get back to the game.
Yeah, unless like anyone had like a sort of roleplay thing in mind, I think we're good.
Yeah.
Unless you have like specific interaction you want to do something with.
Sounds like everybody wants to go to the Blue Dragon. Alright.
No.
Blue dragon.
Blue dragon.
What could possibly go wrong?
Oh my god.
Side.
You know what? While
So
they're
anyway, then
Well-
the blue dragon started blasting.
while we're walking to the blue dragon, wherever that may be, Volgo is gonna lean over to Damon and like, just out of nowhere, like kind of mutters to him, "Do I have a martyr complex?"
Absolutely.
What?
Valko, I know that you have this whole I can't die thing going on, or like if you do die, you can kind of come back. But that doesn't mean you need to take everything on yourself.
If he just looks, he's like stun locked. I think he's baffled that you just answered yes immediately with no, like, hesitation.
No hesitation.
Like
No
how far,
qualm,
how
no
far,
sugarcoating.
how far behind the group were they when they did this? If at all, would you imagine?
I
Because
mean,
if they were all like bundled together, I imagine even if you muttered somehow, even if you tried to mutter it under your breath, everyone just immediately just say in unison yes.
I think he probably muttered the question, but then when Damon gave that answer, like he was probably louder and said when he said what, and then I don't know what volume Damon is talking in, so if it's loud enough for the others to hear, go for it.
Besides, I feel like everyone, if anyone could hear it, they would immediately just be aware of the question and the context. They had the conversation before.
But Volkos is just like, is that really what you all think of me as?
Yes.
Yeah, kinda. Just because you can't die when you're killed doesn't mean you should bleed on all of our problems.
I
Or
think
fling it-
that
or-
that's the best way to word that, but
Or fling yourself to the front line just because you can quote unquote take it, and then be on death's door immediately the next few minutes after.
I think
all of
Biz was close. Just because you can't die doesn't mean you need to be the only one to bleed.
Yeah.
We're all here fighting for more or less the world.
Besides, Marco, here's a question. You say you can't die. You say you can't die or will be brought back. Do you have any idea how instant that will be, though? Like say you die, all right? Like say you die and you get sent back. Is that like instantaneous, or does it require like a few days?
And also, what is the material cost? Or even the spiritual cost? There are some legends that say coming back from the dead just costs memories or body parts, or even just...
I've
whole
already
parts.
lost
Like-
some of my memories. We know that.
Yes. Points at Damon, yes.
Being revived as a vestige doesn't exactly work like that, but I don't.
Would you even still be you when you reincarnate, or however Tinmi does it?
Tinui has no intentions of changing my memories or personality.
Would your soul still be intact? That
Most
amount
likely.
of death and rebirth can not be good for a soul.
That still doesn't
The
answer my
last
question.
time I died, I came back perfectly fine.
How
Falco,
long?
how would you feel if any one of us had that same attitude towards our own mortality? What would you say to that? How would that make you feel?
Mr. Valko, I technically cannot die right now. If I do die, I won't stay dead. For the time being, at least. What if I threw myself on every sword that came my way? How would that make you feel? Even though I won't be gone for good, if I was still dying, how would you feel about that?
He's making this face that looks like he's getting like backed into a corner, and he looks kind of uncomfortable. He's like
Rocco, you-
hesitant to like answer.
Valko, if you can't answer the wake up call after having literally 2 interventions while we've been on this big ice giant, I don't know what to tell you.
2 interventions?
Yeah, we have one done the Green Dragon. It went almost exactly. He almost took the brunt of a deal, like of consequences and all, like without really elaborating. It was a thing.
Is that why you asked the question today, man?
I was wondering what he thought.
No.
Ooh. Oh.
I think you need to be more willing to accept help.
I know my limits and I know when to ask for help.
That is fair, and I do empathize with you on this. But death is still something that costs. I do not know your situation with it, but I may be able to revive any of you. The cost is still going to be great, mentally speaking, even. Not just for me, for you as well.
Yeah, but we don't do this to rag on you. We do it because we care about you, you idiot. We just don't want you to fill your life with like it's nothing. And do I feel sand under my talons?
Oh,
It is sandy.
As you're walking along, the first thing you probably notice is the wind almost dragging across your face as it carries minute particles. And the snow change to sand. And then the heat hits you. Very, very dry.
I don't know if it's an Arcana check, but is this another magical biosphere?
Oh, they have all been,
Yeah.
including Zolzri's Grove that you were in earlier.
Yeah.
Loco's already taking off like his jacket, just muttering like, "Why is it hot here again?"
I don't know. I feel comfortable.
I feel fine too.
As you walk forward, Akko and Rukar in particular, your claws and talons clack and almost crack and sink into sandstone as the sands shift and you find an ancient path laid out in massive bricks, leading you towards a rather large sandstone building. The path lined in statues of animal-headed humans, humanoids. And waiting before the door, you see a young blue dragon. But unlike most of the other young, even unlike Longclaw's young, this one, it is apparent as soon as you see him, is heavily injured from long ago battles. Tears in his wing membrane, large scars where his scales have not grown back, and he is missing his back right foot.
Oh. Ooh.
He sits almost as a statue by the left side of the doors to this building.
Is he breathing?
I think so.
Yes, he is alive.
Without Bill, Ricard mentioned earlier that you were family with this thing?
No, not at all.
Oh,
I'm not related to the blue dragons here, despite my appearance. His tail swishes.
are you related to blue dragons in other places?
Um, kind of, I guess. I mean, I wasn't born with this, but I do have dragon blood in me now.
But you weren't born like that?
No, I was born a drow.
Oh.
It's a weird time I should get law. Weird time that I didn't know more about your law. I didn't. The fact that now we never knew that you weren't always this.
You never asked.
What do you think you would tell? You're not exactly the most open book.
Don't think it's that important, I guess. Or that it's irrelevant, I suppose. I don't know. He shrugs.
Less about important. It's more so about just curiosity. I feel.
Well, no, I got these. He's got like a hand on his horns and his tail swishes again. I got these when I was a child. Akko, do you think there's any way you could help them? Volko's eyes like turn over towards the injured dragon.
I think that I could, yes.
We should at least stop the bleeding if they let us.
Oh, he's not actively bleeding. These are like
Yeah.
old.
Oh.
These are old
These are
scars
old-
and injuries.
Oh my bad, I heard bleeding and I was like, ah yes, he currently has a wound.
He is missing his back foot though, so
I don't know if we can
No,
do anything about that.
No, those are old scars. I don't think there's any healing them. They've already healed over them. They've already healed over
Yeah.
as they can.
oh no, it's severed parts. Okay, it's not.
That Manatina's fair share of battle.
But
Seems to
Akko
be-
will still get close. Come close. Yeah, just go.
He does seem to be a
You are
good-
very quiet, Drex. It's a
I'm
bit hard to hear
Sorry,
you. I'm sorry.
Hold on, I'm trying to
I
see.
know you have stuff you're dealing with. I just want to let you know.
No, it's might be because of the mic.
Yeah.
Is it better?
A little bit. Let me turn down the music as well.
Ah, wah, wah.
Crank up that gain.
Damn, fucking. Is it good?
You just got quieter.
Fuck. I went into the
You're
wrong
so
way.
quiet
God
now.
damn it. You said crank it, I went on the complete other way.
It is a bit better now.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, Akko.
Actually, yeah, hold
just-
on. Talk as Akko for a second.
Hello,
Okay.
I'm Marco Restos. I don't know why I'm in front of the audience suddenly. Why
Mic check.
this
That's
thing
why.
on?
Okay,
mic
I
check.
think that's better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Go on.
Akko just kind of closes into the other dragon. I said closes in. Okay, I can't move my token.
What
but
the fuck?
he comes close to the dragon and said, "Greetings. We would like an audience with your." He quickly checks. Father.
The dragon. Sorry, are you still able to not move your token? Does anybody is anybody not able to move their tokens?
I'm able to move. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just Drex then.
Oh,
Oh.
there it is.
Okay.
It might just been taking a minute to load.
The dragon turns to look at you, and you can see that his eyes are not unscathed either. There appears to be almost scarring on the eyeballs themselves.
Oh.
What is the nature of your visit to Pharaoh Pithgor?
We are the party sent by Tiamat. Well, not sent, but demanded by Tiamat to gain favors from them, from the other dragons. And we seek to help.
And to what name shall I announce you, master? And as he glances at Valko.
He looks like confused.
Hako's head swivels towards Falco. There's a slight smirk.
Are these
I am-
not your retainers, cousin?
They're my crewmates. I'm master of no one.
Then, to what shall I announce your crew? To the Pharaoh. What name?
Ammon?
The Ocean's Bounty? Caleb Shrug. That's the name of our ship.
What was the name of our ship?
Well, yeah.
It just occurred to me that we never actually had a name for the group itself.
We didn't really need one.
Fair enough.
He raises his tail and bangs on the door 5 times, with the last one sending the door swinging open. The sailors of the Ocean's Bounty to meet with Pharaoh Pithgor, 14th of his name.
Malfoy.
We just walk in.
I guess we go in, yeah.
On the way in, Akko kind of like leans towards the dragon. Do you need any health relief?
Do
I
not
can-
touch me with magic. This
Okay.
is the price of my failure.
Ah,
That sounds about right.
I apologize then.
Reasonable response.
Have a good day.
As you walk in, you see lined in perfectly ordered ranks 14 hatchling dragons, all standing as those statues, same as their elder brother outside. And at the end, beneath a massive onyx statue, the pharaoh is addressing 2 other young dragons. You two have proven your ineptitude enough for today. I have new guests. Be gone and think on how you can do better to impress me. And cowed, the other two step to the side and seem to take their place in the lines. Welcome to my court.
We are honored to be here.
Akko kind of bows.
Is as well.
You who spoke first, are you the... How do you adventuring types say it? The group leader?
He's our captain.
I am.
At your words, Valko, he kind of like, he looks at you and gives you like a knowing smirk before going back to address Damon.
Volko looks tired, a little irritated.
It's like, you speak for him. You are ruling from the shadows. Understood, dear cousin. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Akko is already tired.
Ruling from the shadows, indeed.
What brings you here, oh captain?
You seek. Hold on, out of character. We're looking for his blessing, right? Or
Yes.
like his. Okay.
So yeah, you need their approval, the approval of each of the 6 male dragons, and also essentially you need to help them with whatever they're dealing with, so that Tiamat can feel comfortable leaving, and that they're not going to quote unquote burn the house down without her there.
Mhm. We have come to aid you in whatever it is you may need help with, and hopefully earn your approval. We mean to seek aid from Tiamat, and this is the only way she would agree to help us.
The goddess mother, of course. Very well. Children, be gone. I shall speak to our guests alone. And as one, they all kind of stand, or you kind of like shift out of their previous posture and begin to shuffle their way out of the room.
Oh, whoa. Rather orderly.
As proper princes and princesses should be, if they wish to earn my favor. I do have a problem that you may be able to assist with.
What is it?
Obviously, you have you have visited me last, so you have seen the environments that my fellows inhabit is all quite different, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
In the, the disaster and the rising of the oceans, we have each lost our ancestral homes. To claim the position of my heir, I have tasked my children with reclaiming my old empire. No doubt you met my son at the door and witnessed the price he paid in his attempt.
We did.
It is time for another of my sons to make the pilgrimage and do their duty. But I cannot choose, for neither of my eldest sons seem ready in my eyes to make the journey. I would have your opinion on which is worthy.
And how would you have us gauge that?
You may question them, assess them, fight them if you wish. Whatever you may need to determine an opinion on their prowess, both physical and mental. What I need is an outside perspective.
All right.
I would only ask as I can feel your power radiating off of the stone like the summer sun, that you do not kill them. I have many sons and daughters, but they'd still take time to grow.
We would not dare come into your home and begin to kill your own kin. That is not something that you should be worried about.
I worry because I know that I could not stop you if you chose.
Uh, Regardless, we wouldn't. I would like to think we have better manners than that.
How long do we have to question and gather our opinion on your sons?
You have as much time as you wish. The only restriction, I believe, is your own quest.
All right. Well, Damon will look to Volko. How do you think we should go about this?
Mm,
I can already just see, like, I see when Damon turned about going to ask for your opinion. The Blue Dragon just assumed that this was an insubordinate action for his higher commander.
Oh, absolutely.
Like to him, it's like he got confirmed that he's basically a puppet.
Of course, because blue dragons always rule. Unless there is a more powerful blue dragon, of course.
I mean, we could just start by talking to them.
All right.
I think sparring with them would also be a good idea.
I agree.
Yeah, we sparred with dragon before and nearly died. What another one?
I think I still have some of my old documents kicking around. I could use that to test their mental fortitude.
Old documents.
I could come up with a few conundrums.
Puzzle masters.
Puzzle master, shut the fuck up. Grabs your armor, shut the fuck up.
Here, we'll just give them this, and Biz pulls out like a flaming Rubik's Cube.
I was literally gonna suggest the Infernal Puzzle Box.
Solve this in 3 minutes. If you do, you can have the kingdom. Go.
Alright, solve this blindfolded. Go.
We don't have thumbs, asshole.
You can shapeshift. You can make yourself thumbs.
That's
Monkey
what's in-
Dragon shapeshift.
Just imagine it shapeshift in his head to actual just human hand. It's just like, oh, it's so weird.
Just a
Well,
flip
the
you off.
world champion.
Also, I'm pretty sure that's like
didn't
an,
need thumbs.
also I'm pretty sure that's like an old dragon thing.
It depends. Kazarun's children all had the form of humans. Well, humanoids.
They
Right.
did, yeah.
Right? I guess it also depends on the species of dragon.
Technically, per Sword Coast, chromatic dragons like these can't shapeshift. It's only the metallic dragons because I don't know why, but that's not the case here.
Wow, that's dumb.
All dragons can
Damn.
polymorph themselves.
Yeah, it's not an innate thing to chromatic dragons, but chromatic dragons can also still learn spellcasting, so they can do that. You know, take the long way around to get there.
Spellcasting with extra steps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I think-
I think that's just wizardry with the normal amount of steps.
Yeah. All right. How many? Is there only two that we have to interview?
My two eldest.
Okay.
My youngest are unable to make that journey yet.
That's-
And my eldest is too injured to try again.
I understand. All right.
And where would we find them?
When you are ready, I will call them back, and then I shall leave you, so they do not feel pressured by my gaze.
I see. All right.
Send them in.
This is already drafting up like a questionnaire filled with like arithmetic and shit.
Like, have a
You
little,
gonna give
like,
them a fucking ACT?
Yeah.
like a little desk off to the both sides with a little phone up on the table. One neck cranked up. Hey, stop looking.
All right,
I was
SATs, let's
looking
go.
at this, Like, this is going through the
Yondi,
sheets and he's going like,
call your brothers back. And then he will leave from one of the back doors.
because you know they can't hold pencils, right?
I'm aware. This will be an oral exam.
They, all 16 of them, march back into the hall. And the two at the front nods to you. The one on the left of the screen says, I am Chene Roth. And I am Zesunti. We are the oldest and next in line to the throne.
Valko, the first mate of our ship. This is Damon, our captain. Ukar, Akko, Biz.
I'm just imagining they pick after their father, and as soon as you call each other first mate and Damon the captain, they immediately like wink at each other like, yeah, we know.
So
sure.
you say that.
Go ahead.
Yay.
This one, a young female pipes up. Why are you not in charge? And then Zesunti whips around and rakes her with his claws. Silence! Or no, that's the other one's voice. Silence! You are to hold court and observe.
Jesus
If our
Christ.
cousin takes that position, it is his choice.
Writing a response down.
Valko looks like he is containing a lot of anger.
It's okay, you just have to do a few more questions and then you're out of here.
Also, I'm not intending for Valko to just happen to be the only one talking. Like, I'm waiting through, like, the silence, and I'm like, oh god, no one's talking.
Oh, yeah,
I guess
no,
I'm talking.
I'm sorry, I just can't think of anything that Ukar would add.
No, you're good. I'm just like, wait, someone's gotta talk. I guess that's me.
When Valko like said the last three names, Aqua just follows up with like, Sea Watch, Navigator, and Artificer, respectively.
Well,
But I
Valko.
complete the introduction.
Biz turns to Valko. Akko and I will take Zesunti, or Zesunti?
Yep.
Is that it? Zesunti, and perform a mental exam. We will return when we are done. We shall do a handoff.
All right.
A little bit of a switch.
Mm-hmm. Mental and physical exams. That seems a good balance.
Mm.
And
Go ahead.
no, go ahead.
Oh, Valko was gonna look at Ricard Damon,
Absolutely.
just like, want to take Shenaroth and spar with him.
Oh, yes, they did. See, they didn't mean physical and mental exams. Alright, let's go.
Okay, say that again, please.
Who, me?
Oh, wait, yeah, me or Drix?
You.
Me? Okay, I said, do we want to take Shenaroth and spar with them?
Sure.
Yeah, and Valko said that to Damon and Ricard.
So Akko and Biz are taking Zesunti for mental exam, and we're taking Shenaroth for physical exam.
Yeah.
First question of the mental exam immediately reveals to be a sociopath. Okay. No.
Well, honestly, that part, you have to remember these are on par with Blue Dragon more than
Yeah,
anything.
I know.
what is considered sociopathy for a human is just par for the course for the blue dragon. I say mostly joking. Alright, should we like use these back rooms or where do these head?
You do not think you should head that way.
Okay.
The elder just went in there. I think
right.
if we disturb them, we might get lightning blasted.
That's true. I guess we'll head over to this corner and set up some rock as like a desk or whatever.
Do not worry yourselves. And Zaysunti, seeing what you're starting to do, will kind of tap the sandstone with his claw, and it shifts like soft sand into the shape of a table.
Alright. Should we move the tokens over there or just leave them there?
Oh.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah, we'll probably need some space just in case. Don't want you
we
guys
don't want
catching
the
any
other to
stray
copy the
attacks.
answers.
Chenier Rorth turns to the youngers and says, "Make a space." And make sure I'm moving them an exact number. So, starting with Biz and Akko, what sort of test are you giving him?
I'm thinking like parts like arithmetic and like general like studies, and part psychology. Like a questionnaire.
Okay.
Akko was gonna like give political, like, how to rule questions.
Oh god, you're taking the SAT.
Like, if
the
something
MSAT.
happened in your kingdom, how the fuck do you solve it? Like,
Problem solving.
He is going to make an intelligence and a wisdom check.
All right.
against
14
Against what?
and
Ooh.
7. Zaysunti is quite knowledgeable on arithmetic and various like logistical matters. He can, do and rattle off calculations fairly well, but when you bring up questions on rule, he seems a bit like he has to take some extra time, and maybe rushes a bit with his or it's less that he rushes a bit with his answers, and more that he seems to be trying to solve them in the same way as arithmetic, where instead of like answering in a way that would, like, I have a thought in my mind. I just can't think of the correct words. Like,
He's not operating off of morality. He's operating off of how many people will benefit.
Exactly.
Practicality.
Okay.
He's working off of practicality.
I mean, that is a type of morality.
it didn't tag it
I
well.
think that's like
He's the kind of
utilitarianism.
Yeah, Zaysunti would answer the trolley question in like way too fast, because there is obviously a correct answer, because there's numbers. Obviously, you kill the one person because there's the math hits right there.
Yeah, but
I
it's
see.
one person you love.
But the math, the numbers are
Yeah,
the
but
important
math.
part. That's what I mean.
and-
That's how he's answering these.
And
Is
it's
pure
like the question, like,
mathematical logic.
yeah, like if you set up with a question that says like one person's on one track, 5 person on the other,
Yeah.
which one do you who do you save? I say the 5 people run up, and then you next question, same one, but you preface with one person that you love with all of your heart is on one track, 5 people on the other. Who do you save? And then he quickly says 5 people.
Same answer. I do not. I keep forgetting his fucking voice. Same answer. I do not see the difference in this one versus the previous question.
Well, you should know that there is no correct answer to this one.
But
You are
there
aware.
is. The math adds up. Obviously, you save 5.
The numbers are right there. Math is math.
I guess practicality is a quality in a rule, but
Hmm. I think he's doing quite well.
you do have some work to do wisdom-wise.
Yeah. I'll be honest. I'm not too sure what kind of questions I should be asking. So I guess
That's why I decided to just have him roll a flat intelligence against the kind of intelligence-based questions you'd be asking, and a wisdom against the wisdom-based questions you'd be asking. So I'm not asking you to
Okay.
write out the SAT you're giving him, kind of deal, you know?
okay.
So essentially,
okay.
those roles encapsulate how well he does with your questions.
Okay. I'm thinking also maybe a series of questions on forms of address. How do you address certain people? How do you convince them to see your way of logic?
Would that be
Yeah.
charisma?
Debates.
Charisma.
Yeah,
yes.
that would be a charisma question. A
Ooh.
13. So all pre-made character sheets, especially enemies, are automatically set to roll with advantage, and I don't feel like going into every fucking sheet that I pull from Roll20 and changing that. So it is a 6. It is a
You're good.
13. He does a nat 20 on it.
I know, but it's still just sad to see that it's just kind
Yeah.
of sitting there.
So yeah, he answers them pretty well, and again, using his same sort of intelligence basis on this, works like how he would, like he's got almost like a formula on how he would subtly manipulate somebody, not like in the Minecraft YouTuber way, more in like how you work with how like a person seems to be acting in order to push them towards your way of thinking.
Yeah. Goddamn.
Okay. I see the sort of person that Zaysonti is. I guess like Bizak will continue like asking questions back and forth, and then we can pan over to how the other half is doing with Kenneretic.
Alrighty, yeah, we'll pan over to the other 3 with Chene Rorth. I am ready for whatever challenge you have.
What do you say a 3v1, a test of your endurance?
There is a flash of expression on his eyes before he settles down into a combat stance.
Can I try to insight what that expression might have been?
Sure.
I don't think a 3v1 would be entirely fair, if I'm being honest.
Valko, it's kind of hard to read him. All of these blue dragons are the pinnacle of like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like royal poker face.
Mm-hmm.
Rukar will raise his hand like actually Valko. Might be more fair to make it a 2-1, 2 versus 1. I have my own idea, but I want to let you do yours first.
Alright.
And step off to the side.
Volko will look at them and just like, what do you suggest?
Well, I was going to suggest that Rukar might be able to fight him by himself.
Oh wait, actually Rukar will pick up back and they're like, actually hold on. Our idea might align.
Do you want to fight him then, Rukar?
I got ideas. If I were to spar him.
Is it an arm wrestle?
No.
Damn.
If we don't account for you tapping into whatever divine sources of power you may have, Valko, I think Rukar is probably our strongest single combatant.
I would
So
agree.
if
He hesitates, but then does put his weapon away.
did he bring out Black Razor?
No, he had like his bow staff.
Oh,
He's not fighting Black. He's not.
I was like,
Not for sparring. No,
No,
no.
he's he's still kind of obligated to bring Black Razor on account of the curse, but
Yeah, but I don't have to use him.
yeah,
You
you don't have
trust
to.
me
and
so
so-
little. I can't steal his soul unless you kill him with me.
All right then. Rukar versus Cheniroth then.
Okay.
All
But
right.
before the match begin, Rukar will just think to himself for a bit and think back to his youth on the Dragon Skull Isle, specifically the training involved. And almost
Shit,
like with the
I
pose
know.
of a drill sergeant, he's like, all right, you blue leather handbag. Why do you believe yourself worthy to carry out this pilgrimage?
He kind of like as he looks towards you, there might have been like a little bit of hesitation before a wave of like confidence kind of like settles over him, and speaking in almost a roar, I am my father's strongest son. I will succeed where my brother has failed. I have felled hundreds of invaders on our land, and I will claim our home again.
Rukor's switch up is insane.
Strong words. As he then basically holds up a hand and at the come at me gesture. Let's see if you back him up.
The Vulk was gonna grab Damon's sleeve, start taking a half step back, we should get out of the way.
let's see the look at that.
I had out of character, I had that idea in my head, because of his training on the ground skull, I was like, ooh, this would be a great time to actually just have kind of snap into place.
Yeah, no, he does have the fucking background for it.
Okay. Alright,
Roll some
alright.
initiative.
God damn.
It is your go first, Rukar.
He will hold he will hold his turn. He wants to see what he can do. He purposely is waiting to see, basically kind of testing him this way, wanting to see what he's made of. So he would just stand there and wait.
Alright.
He will let he because this is his home turf. He let him have the first move. Yep.
Where was it? There we go.
But yeah, he will probably just say something along the lines of, after a while of waiting, just well.
No, apologies. That was me trying to pull up a page.
Oh, that's fine.
You see him. his massive horn, distinctive horn on his snout, glows as he casts a spell. Where is the thing? A massive deluge of water appears and soaks above you and soaks this area, Rukar.
Mm-hmm.
And that is his turn.
He just looked at his now damp feather and like, really? That it? Expected more than just, I expect more something from a prince than just some cheap water tricks. He still does nothing. He just goads him.
Seeing you stand there, he seems to smile a little bit as he then rears back his head and is going to fire his lightning breath in the now wet area you are standing in.
Mm-hmm. He knew. I like to think he knew fully well what he was getting himself into. But since this is the test, yeah, he knew what he was getting himself into. But with this,
I need you to make a dex save at disadvantage.
okay. Wow.
Well, fuck.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Evasion, baby.
And funny thing about that,
Oh, do you just take no damage?
Rukar somehow basically soars up in the air as the lightning strikes and then is that it? I expected better. Before I would say he leaps up into the air as the lightning crashes into the puddle, lands back down after it passes, and then he just looked at him unimpressed. Is that it? I expected better. And then he takes his turn, walks up to him, and gives a single punch. That's a 22.
A 22 does hit.
Plus 8.
Sorry, I had to hit that twice. Just the first one, my bad. Just the 5 force and the 13 bludgeoning. Do not look at that second one.
A solid hit. Your hit does crack some scales, Rukar.
Come on, I thought you were strong. Is that really the best you can do? And that's all he does. He's not taking his extra attack. He's not doing his he's not doing his multi attack. He's not doing his extra attack. He just did one single punch.
It is my opinion that one should try to end a fight quick and clean. But when that doesn't work, then savagery. And he will take his multi-attack.
Ooh. Interesting.
Does the 18 hit?
No. Just do 52.
Alrighty. So that is, on the first bite attack, 25 piercing and 5 lightning damage, and then 13 slashing damage on the first claw. As he... Oh, I also need to roll that. Don't worry about it. As he kind of pulls back before launching himself at you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's your turn.
And how much total damage was that?
All right, so if I add it all up, 25, 30, 40, 43 damage.
42? Wait, 43?
43.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Ricard looks stunned. Like, Ricard, like, is shaken a bit by the punches. But, like, to equivalent of, like, someone wiping blood off their cheek, he's like, huh. So this is what... Huh, you kept your composure. Good. Now see how you fail against me actually trying, and then go for another punch. That's a 37,
Yeah.
which does that much damage, and then I heal 13 from the force. Thanks to the gloves of soul catching.
That's right, they fucking heal.
They heal him.
And then I do it again with extra attack. That's a 28, and I heal 11 more. Nah, I'm saving the key point. He's using only natural stuff at the moment. Like, key point is natural, but he's not trying to overdo it. He's still testing him. It's like, well, congratulations. You didn't, actually, let me think about this. I should have thought of my word. Well, you kept your composure, good for you. But I'm still not impressed.
He definitely looks a lot more hurt after those, and looking at you, he sees, like, the damage that he just did, like, rapidly healing itself. He is going to take the disengage action. And, leap back. Fly back, and... He's still, like, in a defensive stance. He's not, like, he's not, like, like, turning or...
Yeah,
like,
he's not trying to go and run. He's basically putting distance between the two.
Before he says, if this were a fight in the wild, I would take this opportunity to flee. You are obviously capable of killing me rapidly should this fight continue.
But if this were a fight in the wild, would you yield and flee with the tail between your legs? Or would you stand your ground and fight to the end?
I think he just said that.
And die for nothing. No. I would flee and wait till you are sleeping to rip your throat out.
You're welcome to try.
Ricard, show him your speed.
Let me make that clear to you. I faced the Sun Eater and survived. You do not scare me.
Precisely why I know that facing you head-on would be pointless. Thus, I would have to wait to a vulnerable moment. If I wanted a chance. A king, a pharaoh, cannot just die pointlessly. Live to bring your empire victory another day.
Ricardo nod towards him, nods at that answer, and then move towards back to Damon and Valko. So what's the year two? What did we say the verdict? He is smart.
I want to see how they both fight before I make up my mind.
Yeah, maybe you should fight the next one. I don't want to make it unfair. Or it might just meet the same result. No point in doing the same thing twice. See how they fare against their cousin, I guess.
Mhm.
If you insist.
Oh, you'll be fine.
And then we'll walk up to it. I have a question for you before we have Rukar spar with the other one, Zaysunti.
What?
In your opinion, what qualities of Zaysunti's makes them a good candidate?
My brother is a capable general. When we fight in the war games, his troops are used efficiently to bring him victory on the battlefield.
Okay.
Every loss he takes is calculated to be advantageous.
Understandable. Thank you for your honesty.
Balka will go over at the others. Does it look like they've finished up, or are they still going?
Yeah, it looks like. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, we finished by now.
All right, let's switch.
All right, sending him over.
As the two pass by each other, Zaysunti, like, as he's walking over, he is looking fairly confident. And then, as he looks up at his brother, leaving the ring, dripping blood behind him, you see he kind of, like, loses some of his swagger.
Oh no.
As they as they pass by.
Akko, can you heal him? I think it would be unfair to take a mental fortitude test after taking a lot of damage like that.
I can see that.
Hmm.
Hold on.
I will be fine.
No, he's a big
Unlike
boy.
my brother, I have pain tolerance.
Yes, but taking a mental test while dripping blood can be a little distracting. I'll give him a. Actually, I didn't prepare. Where's my cure wounds? I don't have my cure wounds. Okay.
Biz will cast Cure Wounds.
Okay.
I have it prepped. There you go.
I was about to give him
I forgot you had cure wounds probed.
Actually, pack a 4th level healing word on top of that. Oh my god, never mind.
Oh my
God, that upcast.
Oh my god!
Oh.
Chat, that red 3 at the top is 3 1s on D4s. Oh my god.
And a 2
Oh my
on the
God.
other one.
Oh,
Oh.
Pain.
I
Pure
feel like
pain.
raises his hand and it's like a little like burst of magic, like little.
the equivalent of putting like a dot of bandage on a flesh wound.
Like misfire.
You put a fucking you put a SpongeBob band-aid over like a gaping chest wound.
That'll get better.
My bad.
Shut up, champ.
It's a little bit of an off day.
Nice, am I right?
Oh, fucking nice.
Arco's kind of like red on the face and just goes. Anyways, on with the taste.
All right. We will ask you the same questions that we asked your brother. And we'll go forward with trolley problems and arithmetic and an intelligence-based check.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's see.
Nice M dashes.
That's ambitious.
Oh,
Oh. Okay.
his arithmetic is passable, and his kingcraft, so to say, is a bit subpar. However, when it comes to talk of the trolley problem and things like the value of your people, he is like, he actually, like, your guys' whole test probably lasts like way after the other three are done with Zesunti, because he spends about 20 minutes on each trolley problem asking you questions about each specific person on those rails.
Arco is like mildly impressed and finds himself like ever so slightly debating with the dragon. Like enjoying a debate.
It's like, I do not, like, it's like, I do not think that one person is intrinsically worth more or less than another, but in these cases one must look at every aspect of these people's lives to know which answer is... Well, there is no right answer, of course, but in order to make an answer that will be most beneficial and... It's... Tell me more. This one... What is their relationship with their father?
His name is Henry. He had a little bit of a difficult relationship with his father, but he has come to mend his wounds with it.
Each time he asks the questions each time, like, if I know the answer to this one, I'll know the answer to the question, and then you answer and it's just like, the question becomes more complex.
Yeah, the Akko actively makes it worse, and he keeps the thing that the thing that impresses Akko is that he keeps making the question more complex and worse. But the dragon keeps finding like good arguments about it, and it's like, oh my god.
Yeah, like at the end, like when he finally has an answer to the trolley problem, he speaks for probably about 7 minutes straight, and that is his answer.
Damn.
Coming to the end point being, I would choose this one, and then reiterating for 3 minutes about how he would feel like shit, the reason why he would feel like shit for making that choice, and then reiterating for another like 4 minutes why, like, in the end, for the good of everybody involved, why this one would be the least worst answer.
Yeah, I think that is enough. I think that is a good enough argumentation. Yes.
Yes. Thank you for your argumentation. I can't remember how to pronounce this.
I gave him like the worst name.
Chenworth?
Yes.
Chenworth. Thank you. You may return to your brother. We will deliberate amongst ourselves and then come to our conclusion.
As soon as he's out of earshot, turns to Biz. God damn.
I'm impressed with his reasoning, but his speechcraft leaves much to be desired.
He has a lot to learn about rule in your kingdom, but he
As
does
well
seem
as
to be very open to learning
brevity.
experience.
Hmm.
Well,
He's able to grasp a lot of nuance that his brother isn't as experienced with. But
brother is more calculative and practical. Meanwhile, he is full of reason and emotional.
mhm. However, I fear he wouldn't. He would make a better advisor to his brother for that sense of nuance, but his speechcraft is simply too wordy, too unconvincing to properly rule.
Yeah. Well,
Hmm.
we'll bring our results with the others.
Yeah. Let's see what the others have to say.
On your side, Zaysunti is like visibly like where his brother was awaiting the fight with martial prowess. Zaysunti looks nervous, kind of like pacing a little bit.
I imagine we can't still have. I imagine if hold on. Shiano chest is like basically like covered in blood, or like how blood dripping down from like some of the broken chest scale. I imagine Rukar hasn't really had a chance to like wash them off, so he probably still has like the blood on his fist, doesn't he?
Yes, and in fact, Ricard, this is probably, a bit pointless, but make me a quick perception check.
Yeah. Let me make normal perception. Wow.
Oh my god!
Let me make
So
sure.
here's the thing. You can't actually crit fail or crit succeed on skill checks in 5e. So that is still a 17.
Okay. It's funny though.
It is funny. But when you fought Chinnerworth, you did notice he's got, a couple scars. This wasn't the first fight he's been in. And it might not even be the first fight he's lost. Zaysunti's looks more untouched. Not in a I always win way either.
As in the I'm not one to fight at all way. Like he's the planner, not he's the brain, not the brute.
Like his brother said, he's an excellent general.
And I imagine as soon as he catches sight of the blood on Rukar's hand, he knows exactly who his brother fought.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, he looks nervous.
Yeah. Rukar would look then towards Akko like, hey Akko. Not Akko. No, sorry, not Akko. Valko. He's like, hey Valko.
Yeah, wrong person.
Hey Valko, why don't you take this one? He clearly expected, look at him. As he then points out the fact, he's obviously not saying this out loud. He's more so saying right next to Valko. So that he's not blaring this out loud for all to hear. Yeah, this guy's a fucking pussy. No. But he's just like, Valko, why don't you take this one?
All right.
Because he clearly expected me, one that could I tested the last one for Resolve, and endurance, and as well as the fact that he made fairly smart choices in combat. Living to see another day and all. But this is different. But seeing as how this guy's relatively, but that guy has clearly been in his fair share of fights. This one has not. And it wouldn't be fair for someone, and it wouldn't really, and perhaps it'd be attacked more ways than one. He's clearly expecting to fight me. So we'll see how he fares when a surprise rolls around, and he has to fight you instead.
Well, I'm not going to go easy on him.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think any of them expect you to. But you probably won't cave in a chest. Like you probably won't cave in a chest like I would.
Let's see what he's got. Velko says as he pulls out his staff and kind of takes position. You're going to be fighting me. With that, he drops into a combat stance.
All right, roll. God, they cannot roll well on initiative, either of them.
I mean,
Would
we
you
rolled
like
the same number on the die.
Please. Wait, hold on. Would it-
The Chenaroth rolled a 9.
Yeah, and I rolled a 21. You rolled an 8 and got an 8. You rolled 18 and 8. Like, wow.
Do you want to do anything on your first turn, or are you gonna leave it to him?
I think I'm gonna roll an intimidation on him.
Go for it.
I'm not very intimidating. But he is gonna wait. Just be like, come on, no holding back.
Oh, all right. Let's see. He is going to take his, on his first turn, he begins to kind of like pace as he's observing you. He is going to attempt to make a perception check to determine how strong you are.
Okay.
Ooh.
I'm not sure what the equivalent would be for a creature that has scales instead of skin. Actually, no, fuck it. The color of his vibrant blue scales seems to almost, like, you know how if you've seen like X-Men, like when Mystique changes form, the kind of like shiver that goes down her body. Imagine that, but with color.
Ooh.
You almost see like a visible shiver of the color as it goes pale for a moment.
That's cool. Oh, that's so cool.
And he is, let's see. He is going to fly 25 feet in the air and then fire his lightning breath at you.
Okay.
Make that dex save.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you're fine.
I don't think he even dodges it. He just stands still.
He holds up his rod and just channels it through that into his whole body like nothing happened.
Oh, not even that. He just stands there, takes it. Doesn't even try to dodge it.
Eyes widen. It's your turn.
With Volko using on his bonus action, Step of the Wind, and thus using his wings unfurled, his blue wings, like, unfold from his back with the black webbing that has, the, like, kind of starlight pattern in it. He flies up that 25 feet and tries to hit him with his quarterstaff.
Absolutely.
It's a 31.
Oh yeah, that hits.
It's a 16. And just for funsies, I won't do this too many times. I don't have that many left. I want to do a stunning strike, so I'll need a con save from him.
Say 27.
Fair enough. I didn't really think that was gonna work, but I am gonna hit him again.
Okay. Yeah,
22?
that hits.
Okay. Be an additional 19 damage. And then, so my wings, dispel at the end of my turn, I believe. Volko would probably try to, like, fly down. I don't know if that provokes opportunity attack.
Yes, if you flew down, that would provoke opportunity attack. If you fell, it would not.
Okay. If
It's
that's
just slow fall anyways, right?
yeah. So I think he'll probably just let the wings kind of retract back in, and then he'll just drop.
Remind me,
Gonna be
is
okay.
slow fall a free action or is it a reaction?
It's a reaction.
Okay. Absolutely. So, because you're 25 feet in the air. Oh, come on, roll 20. It's not that many dice. You would take 10 bludgeoning damage.
I
However,
think zero.
yeah, with slow fall, that is reduced to 0.
Yeah. So he just drops out of the sky and then like does a flip and land on his feet like a fucking cat.
Alrighty.
He's not beating the cat-coded allegations.
Volko's coded a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
A creature.
Creatura.
Your real creature core. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Alrighty. He is going to perform a flyby as he is going to swoop down and make his attacks. Does the 19 hit?
Yes. What a
Alright.
time to not have like Sentinel or something to try to just slap him still.
Even if you had Sentinel, you don't have your reaction anymore.
This is so true.
Before flying back up on the other side. That much damage.
Okay, hold
10,
on.
20, 30, 41 piercing and 8 lightning damage.
Yeah, no, I think it's the best call to have Falco fight him instead because we probably just fucking beat him out of the sky.
Sorry, did you say 41?
41 piercing and slashing and 8 lightning damage.
Okay.
And
think.
it's back to you.
Okay. I haven't used this yet. This will be funny. Volko becomes invisible.
Oh, this is a much more interesting fight because it's just like this boy who has no combat, very little combat experience, has to deal with all the changes on the battlefield.
My understanding of how this works is when I attack and stuff, that doesn't like make the invisibility go away. I'm just invisible, I think, for a minute.
Let's see.
His empty body doesn't have like a really long
it says become invisible for 1 minute.
Yep.
Yeah, but the invisible condition ends when you make an attack or make something like.
Does it?
Yeah, invisible as a condition ends. I'm pretty sure.
Hold on.
Yeah, I'm looking this up.
In conditions invisible. Thank you. Let's see. Invisible creatures are possible to without aid of magic or special sense. For purpose of hiding, the creature is heavily obscured. Attack rolls against creatures such as man. Wait, it just says here invisible creatures are possible to see without aid of magic or special sense. For the purpose of hiding, the creature is heavily obscured. The creature's location.
For the purposes of this, for now, I'm going to make a snap judgment, and we can talk about this more later if we want to change it. Empty body will keep you invisible for 1 minute.
Okay.
Even if you make an attack, I am going to have to consider if there are ways to dispel it, but we can talk about that later.
Yeah, that sounds fine.
I will state, however, you go invisible, Valko. He doesn't look perturbed.
Okay.
Um,
I imagine he might be able to see me, but I figured this would be a fun thing to do.
I mean, how often do you do this?
This is the first time I've gotten to use empty body, so
Yeah.
Anything else?
yes. Because I still have my action. I'm just considering my options. I think move over here. Wait, how much was that? That's 20. Okay. I'm gonna move over there, and I'm going to, for one of my attacks, use my Breath of the Dragon. That's a lot of sixes.
Oh.
We're gonna do it in the line, so I don't hit Rukar or Damon. And we're gonna do, we'll do cold damage, since I think my usual lightning isn't gonna fly here.
I was like, there's no chance that he does choose lightning, but if he does, it'd be so funny.
I know,
Dex
right?
Dex save, right?
Yes, please.
As a 14, he fails.
Okay, takes 49 cold damage.
That stumbles him a little bit.
And then, let's see, hold on. I moved 20 feet. I moved 25 feet, I think. But I have 35 feet left.
Apologies, I know the grid is a bit hard to see on this map.
No, you're good. I was just trying to. I got it figured out. Move over here and call it good.
His eyes do follow you as you move.
Okay. Can I make the assumption he can see me then?
You're pretty sure he's got some sort of way to see an invisible creature passively, yes.
Okay.
Alrighty. We have to roll to see if he gets his breath weapon back. He does.
Yippee!
He is going to attempt that again. He's going to fire off his lightning breath at you, Valko.
Okay.
And at the end of his turn, he's looking a little bit panicked, but then like a little bit of resolve. He's looking a bit panicked, and then he's like, and then there's an expression that comes over his face. He's a lot easier to read, of like, oh no, should I do this? Oh, I have to do this. And is going to, at the initiative count 20, he is going to begin channeling. The sand around you in the room begins to roil as a twister forms centered on you, Valgo. I need you to make a con save.
A con save?
You say soon to
Does
you
that fail?
sand tomb.
A 19 does pass.
Okay.
You sand tomb on Valko.
As you manage to keep the sand out of your eyes. We'll say it's there. It is now your turn.
Okay. Is this guy big enough I can land on him?
Yeah.
Okay. For my bonus action, I'm gonna. Oh no, wait. Yeah, no, I'm gonna use my bonus action for Step of the Wind and Wings Unfurled again, so I can fly up onto this guy. We'll be on him.
Alrighty.
And then I'm gonna land a couple. I'm gonna try to land a couple more attacks with my quarterstaff. 230s. On
Yeah.
the first one, I'm gonna try to stunning strike again.
Alrighty. Where is his character sheet? Con save. It's a 16.
That fails.
That fails. The two of you both fall to the ground, and he takes an additional 6 bludgeoning damage.
I will roll a second time on that. Actually, before I roll my second attack, I probably shouldn't have rolled them both at the same time. Can I make a medicine check on him to see how he's doing?
So after that 21 damage, you absolutely can roll a medicine check. You have no
medicine
idea.
is not my fucking strong suit.
You have no idea. He's hurt. How much though? It's hard to tell.
Yeah, I'll do that last attack at least. I'll roll again just to see if it crit. Okay, no. So that 30. Oh, I didn't. Yeah, 15 on the first, 16 on the second. And he will step off of him and end his turn. End Volko's turn.
I yield. I may not have a white flag, but I yield.
All right. Volko will walk back to the other two as his invisibility wears off. And just says, thoughts?
Certainly crafty,
Mm-hmm.
but
I have a question for you.
Yes.
What qualities of Shenaroth make them a worthy leader?
My brother leads from the front. A warrior. And a builder. He would not ask of anything he would not do himself.
Right? Thank you.
From across the room, you hear you've heard like the mumblings of him talking this whole time, but you hear Generoth pipe up. Congratulations on your first battle scars, brother.
Oh my God.
Woe that I was not the one to give you them.
All right. Well, I think We will talk amongst ourselves as a group and come to a decision on who we would recommend.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Does Xacianti looks like they need help?
he looks like he's pretty fucked up.
Yeah. Hey,
Maybe I went a little too hard.
Biz,
No.
Biz, I think we need to. I think we need to come in.
You did say you weren't gonna hold back.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Bizak will rejoin the group. Biz will give Susanti. Let's see. What level of cure wounds do I got?
Regenerate. Oh my god, I am rolling like shit on the healing.
Huh.
Okay, Eldritch healing, I guess.
Wow, this healing is incomprehensible.
Healing, unlike any
Sure.
seen on Earth. Fucking love that video.
I love OSP so much.
He will thank you for the healing. And as the two brothers begin to leave, they both look at each other and then walk back to you guys. And specifically, they look at Damon. You asked us what we thought what our brother's best quality was. But it is only fair that we tell you everything.
I'm listening.
Chenaroth is a warrior and a leader of the front of the people. Zexunti is a general, calculating with his men. But John D. cares and is most royal of the three of us.
Oh, that's true. We did forget to interrogate the one at the front.
Father punishes him for his failure, but the three of us, he is most qualified to lead, to rule, in our opinion. In the war games, our best outcome was always John D. at the rule and Zaysunti in command of the army, with Chenaroth as our champion. But Father only wanted the air alone to clear our homeland, and he paid a price for his bravery.
Let's do it.
And they will turn and put themselves back in line.
Perhaps we ought to have a conversation with the other son.
I don't know that it would change my opinion, but we can.
Zaysunti is a much more capable leader, and I believe they would function much better as a liaison. And Chinnaroth better grasps all of the nuance that you need to speak and convince, but well, no, not convince. Uh,
He knows. He.
The
He's a
issue
ruler.
right now is not with which son is best suited for the job. The issue right now is why their parent seems resolute in the fact that only one of them is to do this when their best chance is together.
exactly. Rukar,
Hmm?
as one of our resident experts on dragons, how well do you think it would go if we were to suggest that the three of them lead as one? Would that even be something they would consider?
They would consider with how they hold how they hold each other in how they hold each other's regard. I'd say it's pretty high, but unfortunately, it's not their opinion that we're looking at here.
Yeah.
Their father doesn't seem to doesn't seem to be a fan of that idea.
They seem to be more bent on tradition than.
He's more bent on the one to like the one and only ruler, rather than a shared, rather than like rather than like a council.
Mm.
They all undoubtedly share a quality that would help each other aid in the aid as a ruler. Shenoroth, I feel like is the best, like is one of like the best candidates for like on the battlefield, as well as like just in strict wisdom from what it sounded like he was at the test. However, he's a lot more blunt in like how he delivers his ideas and like his opinion. Zayzunti is a lot craftier, a lot smarter, but he's not as capable on the battlefield. But due to his lack of experience on the battlefield, he's not. He he tend to keep his distance a lot, and while that can be useful for a while, a good enemy could always spot that as a weakness and counteract them, trapping them, outnumbering them. And just by looking at Jordy alone, you know that he's been through a lot, whether at the hands of his father or through the pilgrimage. He has the most experience out of all of them. And obviously with that wisdom, with that experience comes intelligence, wisdom, like aspect of all of the other three that could help, help all of them like just become a strong, capable ruler of the empire. The question then becomes, how do you get their father to approve of such an idea when he seems adamant on only having one heir to rule?
Well, if he only wants one heir and the other two have suggested Jondi, why don't we just say that? And then he can do whatever he wants. If he wants to incorporate more rulers or some sort of system, that would be his problem.
Because the female from before pipes up. Father believes that the ruler alone should be the one that takes our home back.
That is fair. That is fair. Yeah, that's another thing to consider.
But strength is
I feel
Well, not in numbers, but in union. So
Yes. Because if your parents wants to take things back with strength, then they should leverage the strength that their underlings have, which isn't necessarily one being powerful enough to take back the homeland by themselves, but together, working together, they likely would be.
Yeah, the three of them were. If the three of them were like an absolute unit, like all at one, I can't really see like anything that could really stop them.
mhm.
One has the strength, one has the brain, and the other has the experience that came with past attempts.
Hmm.
I guess you could try and suggest to him. Well, I guess, quote unquote, your situation as he drifted over to Valco, because I feel like everyone kind of picked up on what a lot of the blue like what the main, like what the father thinks the Valco situation, like they all kind of like could like get from that idea. This is what he thinks. Like he thinks that Valco is like the shadowy leader behind the puppet master.
Mhm.
I feel like it doesn't make it really subtle that he think that that's how he thinks of it, even if he doesn't blatantly say it out loud. I could be wrong. I could be wrong, and we could just make this null and void.
We could also just be honest. He wants our opinion.
He does seek out an outsider perspective, as he said.
Yes.
And then if he rejects the three, we could just say, I mean, they've already vouched for John D, so if they must choose one.
Did he say? Wait, hold on, remind me. Did he say choose one? I get to play it.
Yeah,
I think originally he said pick between the two of them.
Yes, he said to pick
but-
between the two of them here.
But I'm adding a secret third option, which is the one who the others feel that he should rule.
Looks like we have our work cut out for us.
What if we pick one, and then suggest the other two to follow like some sort of like council? Not necessarily like as a shared power, not like as a shared power, but one essentially is like the spearhead.
I was keeping that for in front of the dragon, but yes, it does. Suggesting John D doesn't mean that the other two can't be.
No, but what if we made one like let's say for example we show Shenora as the spearhead, and then had the up, and then had, and then offer Zayunchi and Janki as like advisors of sorts.
That is a good point.
That could work.
Because while yes, he would love it, like I'm sure he would love a huge display of strength and power through one hair alone. I think he would like the assurance that he can reclaim his empire more.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, there is strength. There is strength in all of them alone. But I think you need to be reminded about strength and numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what do the rest of you think on that?
I think it's a good idea, as long as we can show him a different way.
And perhaps, like, wait, hold on, I'll wait for everyone to say what they think first. My bad.
You're good.
I'd already suggested trying to change the parents' life or mind. So, yes, this is more or less in the same vein.
Well, perhaps that's why maybe Valko should be the one to deliver that. He might like because of your look down his tail heritage. Like you can tell, like you can hear the quotation mark around the heritage. But perhaps because of your heritage, he'll value he'll value your opinion coming from you more than any of us.
I'm not exactly wordy like most of you. I don't think I could convey it as well.
Well, he will think that you inspired them nonetheless. So
Fine. So what do you want me to say? Exactly. That we think one of them
Uh,
should be like the
hold on.
ruler, but have the others be like part of a council.
Hold on. Essentially what Wukar is asking Valko, having Valko say would be to start off by saying that Shinra would be between the two of them, Shinra would be a prime candidate for the pilgrimage. However, then make the suggestion to have Zaysunti and Jandi travel with him as as I just said the word not too long ago. Advisors.
council.
As advisors and as counsel.
Okay.
Not as a sign that he need not as a sign of like assistance or weakness, but more so as an assurance that he can get it that with the three of them with their aid, no not in combat, could help basically all but cement the return of his empire, of his ancestral home. I could try and write it down if you need help remembering that.
No, it should be okay. Hopefully, hopefully out of character. Hopefully my brain cells hold up when I try to explain this. I got it.
I can speak if you are not comfortable.
You know.
We could do it together.
That's right, because he thinks that. Yeah, that's right, because he thinks Damon is basically Rocco's mouthpiece, or puppet, as it were. I should say that's probably a better way to put it.
Aku kind of like chuckles and go, "Yeah, if you need a little bit of verbal backup, you can just say the word, master."
Not call me that. So how do we call him back? He's like looking where the father like went off to.
Are you finished deliberating?
Oh wait,
Yes, we are.
Biz. Oh wait, hold on, Biz.
Yes.
Are you okay with all of it? Are you okay with all of it as well, or do you have a thought for it?
No, I think it's a good idea.
Okay,
Let's go with it.
Just wanted to make sure.
Of course.
In unison, all 16 dragons begin thumping their tails on the ground in almost a drum beat. Boom, 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 boom.
That was that the call? We should probably get in position.
As Pharaoh Pithgor re-enters the room and lays down. Well, my esteemed guests, you have assessed my sons. Tell me what you think of them.
I think your sons are doing their best to live up to your legacy, doing everything they can to try and be the best sons they can to you.
Of course, my lineage is only the best.
I think the way you posed this challenge is flawed. You told us to choose one of these two to go on the pilgrimage and reclaim your homeland. But I think you unwise in choosing one to go alone. Your three sons, the three eldest of your sons at least, they work together. They know each other's strengths and weaknesses better than anybody else. And they work together well as a unit. They cover each other's weaknesses and complement each other's strengths. And to split them up is to cripple your own strength. They have not lived as long or fought as many battles as you. So if you expect them to do as well as you in something like this, then you will always be disappointed if you send one alone. But if you send all three together, they'll do better than even you could do.
But if I send all three together, then who shall be my heir? As a ruler, I must name one to take my place for the good of the Empire. If all of my sons became Pharaoh, the Empire would splinter, and my sons could end up going to war with each other.
If you need to name one as heir, John Dee's strength seems to be leadership. The other two praised how good of a leader he was. He is. I don't think they would have a problem falling under his leadership. Even if he is not the strongest or the most cunning, leaders don't always need to be the strongest or most cunning. They need to be able to keep people together. They need to be able to unite those under them. That is what is important for a leader.
Roll
And
me a-
according to his brothers, that is what John Dee does.
roll me a persuasion check with advantage.
Okay. If only I was still barred.
If only.
This would have been in the bag, but it's a 10.
And
Where's Evelyn when you need her?
We need that extra D12 Bardic.
do you,
No,
Liz, do you have
not even
flashes
just
in
that. We
this?
need Evelyn talking. Like,
Just two.
Present yourself. And the doors will open. And slowly, John D. limps up the path before crouching in a way that you can identify as a form of, like, kneeling before a ruler.
Mm-hmm.
You called, Father. Despite your failure, our guests believe I should still name you heir. Well, I am not yet convinced. I will give you one last opportunity. My sons, you three shall participate in the war games. And your performance and victory will determine my views. Raise your legions. On the left, Zaysunti raises his forces. And on the right, Chenareth does as well, as numerous skeletal warriors rise from the sands. For the most part, they are standard skeletons wielding weapons of old, rusty scimitars and bronze shields, along with a smattering of larger, bestial, skeletal behemoths. John D. then raises his. And at the back of the room,
Oh my god.
you see mummies crawling from the sand and arcane behemoths standing behind them. What happens next? You all are invited by the Pharaoh to watch as everyone funnels out of the building and into what is essentially a stretch of desert. For the next day, the three brothers participate in the war games, where it is essentially capture the flag, but with soldiers, with armies. Chenarath is aggressive in his strategy, leaving some of his undead to guard his flag while he charges forward with his most powerful soldiers. Zaysunti guards the flag himself, commanding all of his troops on the battlefield in advanced strategic maneuvers. Jundi waits, leaving his troops at his flag while the other two clash. And he sneaks into their camps. As he approaches Chenareth's, he exerts his own will over the soldiers, leaving them defenseless as he snatches the flag. And Zesunti, he approaches from behind like a snake in the brush before quickly assassinating his brother in a non-lethal strike, but making it clear what would have happened before walking away with his prize. At the end, they all come together back in the throne room. And the Pharaoh mulls over your words. It has been too long since I have observed their war games. I assumed you would be like your father. My father instilled in me a well-rounded practice, but my sons appear to have specialized. Very well. I accept your argument, Damon. When my sons have recovered, they may work together if they wish. Boys, when you return victorious, I will name you John Dill, my heir. You five are welcome in my court for as long as I want. And Tiamat will know you have my gratitude.
Thank you. I'm happy we could help, and I hope things go well with recapturing your homeland.
As do we all. I can feel it in my bones, you know.
Feel what?
The ocean. It's receding. slowly, ever slowly, but one day the land will return to us.
I'm glad of that.
Does anybody
No.
have anything final they would like to do at the end of session?
Yeah. While they're leaving, Balko will like gently push his shoulder up against Damon's and say, thank you, for taking over and explaining that. You're much better with words than I am.
That's no problem.
He'll also lean over and very quietly mumble into Damon's ear, I love you. And then, like, walk forward.
Gay.
As Volko tries walking forward away, Damon will grab his tail gently,
Oh.
Even gently, just the act of doing it at all.
Yeah,
And
he's
then-
gonna, like, look like he jumps out of his skin. Like,
and then
turns back and looks at you.
Damon will say, "Me too." Let go of his tail. Begin walking with Volko.
You hear very subtly one of the younger ones say, "Oh, he's his consort."
Oh my god.
I feel like it takes everything in Ricard not to just burst out laughing right then and there. Not to do like a weeds and seagull like laugh.
That was all I had.
Alko catches that, turns to the youngling who said that, and just goes to shush.
They hurriedly go back into position.
I got nothing. I got nothing to offer.
Alrighty.
Me neither.
With that, you have overcome all of the trials of the Zigzekel. Next time, we will return to Tiamat. And then it will be time to head towards the final battle.
Oh God.
Oh boy.
I thank you all so very much for coming tonight. Thank you for the resubs, Havoc, Ruse, and Shaper. I hope you all had fun. I know I did. And we will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, have a good time.